Welcome to the segment we call It Takes an Idiom to Know One, hosted by Sarcastic Scott, Jurassic John, and Artistic Ali. Back in the house with Muhammad Ali and John. Haven't done an idiom segment in a couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long Christmas.
It's been a while. This is our first get-together for 2022.
Yeah, it is. And I think we should let our audience know that Muhammad Ali has got a new position.
He's no longer in the house, but he's still
in-house.
He's still here with us.
Exactly. I'm still with you guys. Happy to be back with you guys, to be honest.
Somewhere else. We'll get into that another time.
Okay. He slapped us in the face. He left us.
Well, he slapped us in the face. Yeah, that's a slap.
What other so this idiom ironically has nothing to do with the Oscars.
So,
because John, you don't read news, right? You just came up with this idiom off the top of your head.
Let's introduce the idiom for the week.
Okay, John, you introduced the idiom for the week.
The idiom for this week is a slap on the wrist.
A slap on the wrist.
Yes, the idiom. Yeah, you're right.
Ironically, something happened this week at the Oscars. It was a slap on the face.
There was an infamous slap this week. Ali, you want to tell us about it?
Yes, well, a joke was told which felt quite inappropriate. And there was a very harsh reaction to that joke by Will Smith. The joke was told by Chris Rock. Yes,
he did laugh at first.
That was the funny thing, though, that at first Will laughed at it, but when Jada, I guess, gave him the eye or gave him the look, he got angry at Chris Rock. So that was that was an interesting thing. I mean, personally, like I said, I don't know if it was staged or not, but yeah, that was a slap. That was a slap heard around the world, I would say.
How big was this story, Ali? Does everybody know what we're talking about, do you think?
It's huge.
Yes, it's huge. It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and coincidentally, our idiom of the week is slap on the wrist. So that's a funny.
Yep.
So he slapped Chris Rock in the face, and the punishment was just really a slap on the wrist.
Perfectly put.
There we go. So what does slap on the wrist actually mean?
Ali, you're the guy that we go to for interpretation and history.
Oh God. Okay, so a slap on the wrist is, I mean, the way I've used it is where it's not enough punishment or you are let go very easily for something you've done wrong. I can't really say the history of this particular idiom, but I don't know. I mean, I'm curious. Where do you guys think this one comes from?
Look, I haven't looked into it, but I've got a theory.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days when corporal or physical punishment was acceptable in schools.
Uh-huh.
Did you get slap on the
did you wait, before we go into that, did you take a lot of spankings or beatings in elementary school?
Look, I've witnessed my fair share of corporal punishment.
Were you sent to the principal's office often?
Well, not often.
But you got
look, I'm old enough to remember the days when corporal punishment in the schools was actually okay.
Dude, my father and mother kept a paddle in the kitchen.
Yeah.
On the wall.
Yeah.
As a reminder.
As a reminder.
I was never paddled in school, but other people, that was the punishment.
A paddle.
Paddling.
On your
bum.
On your bum.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my theory. I reckon a slap on the wrist in those days would have been a less of a punishment.
I wasn't the old teachers had that, like, what do you do to, like, when you the stick? Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, and you would go on and you could do that to a student who was misbehaving.
Yeah, you could choose whether you got it on your hand, like on your open hand, or on your bottom.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would you go? Open hand or bottom?
Look, both were
I think the hands are more sensitive
Painful.
than the. I mean, the bottom is more cushy. It'll absorb the impact. The hands are.
I would disagree.
But anyway, let's. So the slap on the wrist was a less of a punishment, and I think that's my theory anyway, about where the idiom came from. So what does it mean in fact?
Well, Ali, tell us something that you've done that you've only received a slap on the wrist, and you should have got a harsher punishment.
Or let's.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Whilst Ali thinks about all the punishment that he's received in his life, let's go back to the slap.
Okay.
From Will Smith. So, Ali, you think it was staged?
At first, I thought it was staged.
Yeah, was that your first impression, Scott? What?
Yeah.
Not. I mean, I didn't see it live, of course. I'm not watching the Oscars, but I think I knew it wasn't staged when he was shouting profanities as he was sitting back down.
Yeah. So staged, you mean fake?
Yeah, when it's staged, I mean fake.
Yes.
You know what I first thought?
What?
My first thought was the Prince of Belair is attacking the donkey from Madagascar. Because,
You only know Chris Rock as being the donkey from Madagascar.
I didn't really know who Chris Rock was.
Is he a donkey, dude, or is he the?
Was he? I'm not
He
sure.
is the donkey. Yes, he is the donkey.
But when I was watching it, when I watched it,
Is it a zebra or a donkey?
he's the-
There's no
Oh,
donkey in
no,
Madagascar, dude.
he's
No,
the-
you're correct. He was the zebra.
There's a
not the
donkey
Yeah.
island of Madagascar. Yeah.
No, the donkey is from Shrek. I got
Yes,
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, that's Eddie.
that's Eddie Murphy. Yes.
I was thinking the Prince of Belair
Yeah.
slapped the zebra from Madagascar. And
Like two cartoon characters going at it, right?
yeah, that's what I associated the whole thing with.
Dude.
But yeah, if anybody's old enough to remember the Prince of Belair or Madagascar, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Those are both like Prince of Belair is like my generation.
So did
Yep.
Will Smith get a slap on the wrist for that?
Yes, he did.
Definitely.
So yeah, you think he should have got more punishment? Or
Definitely.
He should have gotten more punishment because if I remember, I've read like a few like articles or whatever regarding that the Oscar ceremony, like no profanity is allowed, no kind of physical confrontation is allowed, and if it is, if you do something like that, you're basically banned forever or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, dude, what I thought was interesting, if they had invited Ricky Gervais,
Gervais.
Gervais or Gervais?
Oh God, Ricky
That
Gervais.
guy's brutal.
yes.
Well, he's a monster, and I love him for that. The last one he did was amazing.
Would Will Smith have walked up and smacked a white dude?
He
That's what they're
Could've.
talking about right now.
Hmm.
You know,
could have.
You know what? I'm surprised. I'm surprised how close the audience was to.
well, they run up there to get their awards, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I thought
It's
I
TV,
sort of
you know.
envisaged,
It's a
like,
studio, right?
Steps and stage and
Yeah.
security and so I was really surprised how.
I mean,
close-
security's on the wings.
I'm really surprised.
Yep.
So yeah, do you think Will Smith will benefit from this in any way?
Not really.
Benefit? I mean, he still got his Oscar. He was up 45 minutes later giving a speech
And then he got a standing ovation,
in tears. Everybody's comforting him.
and everybody was saying how wonderful and crying. So what's the story with that? I don't get it.
Those guys are untouchable.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But I've seen actually another side of the story where a lot of people are calling Will Smith basically, I don't know how else to put it, but a beta. Because of his action. I mean, Chris was by the end of this smiling, and he showed no like reaction to it. And while
Yes, he
Will
was-
Smith was crying constantly.
Well,
I mean, it just shows. Yeah,
he kept his like professional, like, I think he even made a joke afterwards.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened on national television. Or this
What
is
a
the,
professional
yeah.
to be able to keep going. I mean, what a cool dude. I mean,
he kept his composure.
yeah, zebra.
Exactly.
I'm sure he was pissed.
You know, that's exactly how I would.
Of course he was. I mean, you could tell by the look he gave to Will Smith afterwards. I think that you could tell he could have completely destroyed Will if he wanted to, with just jokes.
It's also a very human moment, wasn't it? Because there was tension, obviously, between Will Smith and his wife, and then he slaps Chris Rock, and there's this tension between reality and this imaginary
superstardom and
Yep.
it was like he was acting as a role in a movie.
And then the audience just didn't know how to react, and I loved that. Like they got up and they gave it. So everybody that stood up now is accountable for that.
Yeah, of course they are.
I love the way.
I'll just say this. I'll just say this though. My favorite reaction out of all the actors that were sitting there who were like, "Oh my god, oh so shocked" and everything. Ryan Gosling had the best reaction.
Yeah. Dude, Ryan Gosling, good actor.
Good actor.
Really good.
Okay.
What did he do?
He was just laughing.
Yeah.
You know, like this, just laughing. He was just laughing his ass off,
You have
basically.
to describe it because the audience can't see.
I mean, like, you know, he's like, this is so pathetic, and I'm so sad that
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
He's just laughing at them like under his breath. Basically, that's the best way of putting it.
Well, there's a slap on the wrist, so his punishment. Okay, what would be the punishment? Okay, he's not going to get arrested because Chris Rock is not going to press charges. Maybe he misses out on a couple of films.
I think he has to just go to bed each night feeling really weird. I mean, that's
Well, did he got away with a slap on the wrist?
well, he's not getting away with it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look at all the
No, he will get away from the Oscars, as in they won't do anything, even though they should have been the ones to really punish him for this. Number one, take his Oscar back.
I did. Good.
What's really weird
What?
though, is how proud of himself he seemed when he walked away. He seemed to look like he was playing Men in Black.
He's defending the honor of his wife's integrity, the reputation
Yes,
of
on
his.
a real primitive level.
It's a show of love.
He was like,
It was
First laughing and then love.
yeah.
Hey, honey, that's funny, right? No, it's not funny.
It was-
Okay, wait, give me a minute.
it was dumb.
Sad.
It was so dumb.
And
It
you know
was
what?
so dumb.
You know what the saddest thing about all this is?
What?
We're talking about it.
Thank you for listening to Enlingua Podcast, live from Dessau. We hope you stay tuned for more episodes.